All right, here we go, baby. Well, good morning. Good morning. This is Speaking Out Loud with your boy Rene, of course. Yo, this is today, 11:17 at 9:45. Good morning. Good morning. Got the coffee in me. Got that run in me, baby. I was supposed to get on yesterday. I had my reaction coming for you. I was hyped yesterday. But unfortunately I couldn't get in. I couldn't get to it. So here it is today. Hopefully I don't just say the same stuff you've already heard. But this is what's going on, man. What did I learn this weekend? What did I learn this weekend? This weekend, the weekend lesson was that there is still hope. There's still hope for us Cowboy fans. We can still make the playoffs. It's insane. Philadelphia. Philadelphia. What a joke. What a joke. What a joke there is in Philadelphia, man. Philly fans probably hate it so much. What a disgrace. I think the best team in the NFC East, or the best team in the NFC East right now, is the New York Giants. How depressing is that? That the New York Giants might win that division. It's pretty depressing, I'd say. Or at least in my opinion, it's definitely depressing. But all right, so let's check this out. That was my weekend lesson. That's definitely all I learned. That's all I learned this weekend was that there's hope. Hope in anything. Hope in life. Hope when you wake up. If you wake up, there is hope that you have a better day than you did before. And it's all up to us. We continue to move forward and keep moving and keep moving. Keep them wheels turning, baby. If someone's got a problem with you, move on, baby. Keep going. Keep them rolling. Haters are going to hate, and that's okay. Just keep on hating, baby. Keep bringing it in. Just surround yourself with good energy. That's it. Find yourself a good partner, man. Whether that's a man or a woman or a man. Do your thing and continue to kill it, baby. But all right, man. Don't forget the show is sponsored by Amity Boutique. Amity Boutique NM on Facebook. Get your order in ASAP. They got these leggings. I keep telling y'all, man, get them in. They still got some. But most importantly, it's winter. They got the nice windbreakers, and also they got these nice soft jackets. They got it in like a reddish color or maroon, I guess you could say, and then that nice green, that like army greenish. It's nice, bro. I'm telling y'all, the insides are the fabric is really nice. It's solid. Your girl will look great. Get your order in ASAP. If you want to kiss your girl's ass, get her a gift. That's how you got to do it, baby. All right, man, let's go on. So who did it worse, Seattle or the Ravens? I think they both lost, so it's not good for either team. I think it's worse for Seattle because Baltimore is still in the contention to make they're both still in contention to make the playoffs. The only difference here is Baltimore. We know what Baltimore is. We really do. They're a run first team with a guy that likes to throw the ball under pressure. I understand that the weather wasn't in their favor whatsoever. But in my opinion, it should have been, because they should have been running the ball. And Lamar Jackson only had 60 yards running or rushing. That's insane. You got to do what works for you, especially in these situations. Don't try to force a throw when your best feature is running, when the weather is that bad. Come on. You got to do better. You've got to do better. There's no excuses. But Seattle still did it worse because all Seattle did was prove my point that I gave JB last week against Buffalo. The reason I said Buffalo was going to win was because who has Seattle played? They haven't really played anybody. They haven't played any good defenses at that going into last week. And then we saw what happened against Buffalo. And Buffalo, even though they're ranked 24 in the league defensively as far as pass defense, they're not that great, but they have an identity. We know who Buffalo is. They just got to get healthy. That's why you have to wait. Don't count Buffalo out just yet. I understand that miracle catch that happened. That's 1 in a million. D-Hop just did something that most people don't do, and that's when you got to give credit to a stud of a wide receiver. And all he did was prove his worth. That's why they paid him. That's why they made the move for him. And look at Houston. They got a problem. In basketball, too, that's how bad it is. But Seattle hasn't played anybody. And Russell Wilson, we were on that hype train saying MVP, which he can still be there. He's just got to turn it around. The only problem is that he's not the problem. The pressure's finally catching up. What we're seeing in Seattle is an exact replica of the Dallas Cowboys. But now we're seeing it because they're starting to lose. That's the only reason. That defense is the worst defense in the NFL. And the Cowboys are in the NFL, guys. But that defense has turned it around just a little bit. But Seattle hasn't done anything defensively. The worst in passing, the worst in rushing. These guys are awful. They're giving up 35 points a game. And you expect to win games? The same critiques that were criticizing the Dallas Cowboys need to do the same thing on the Seattle team. The only difference is they were winning the games that they should have won. And now they're playing good teams. And I called out the Rams. I said the Rams aren't making the playoffs. I did that because I'm an idiot, right? I'm an idiot. But Seattle has to figure out a way to play better defense. They went and got out. They went out of their way to go get snacks, right? Defensive end or defensive tackle. And then they went out to go get and they went out and got Jamal Adams. And there's still no improvement defensively. They got decent linebackers. They just cannot they can't. Their DBs are playing so bad. But at the same time, how do you expect to cover when you have to cover for more than 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds? These guys are covering for almost 10 seconds. They can't get any pressure, not even on a statue. Jared Goff isn't the most mobile quarterback in the world, and they still couldn't get any pressure. It's disappointing what we're seeing in Seattle. They got to turn it around. They have to turn it around. If not, there's a problem in Seattle. And percentage-wise, as far as what I saw from ESPN, what they broke it down is they still have the best chance to win the division, which makes sense. Because we're still not sold on Arizona. We still don't know what Arizona fully has to offer. Kyle Murray makes things look crazy sometimes, but at the same time, that offense gets real stagnant. They're not like the Chiefs where they can just kind of flip the switch and it's game time and they can put up 20. You know, you remember whenever Kevin Durant was with the Warriors and it was just like a team would have like a 15, 20-point lead, but you were always kind of like, damn, the Warriors are going to come back. Because they would light up. Boom, boom, boom. They put 25 points on your ass in like 2 minutes. That's what the Chiefs are. But that's not necessarily what this team is. We don't know that yet from Arizona because the inconsistency that they have. So, I mean, that division is up for grabs. It's just disappointing what we're seeing in Seattle. And Russell Wilson is slowly just falling off that MVP race. We have to see a change. You have to see a change coming from this team. There's 16 points just isn't acceptable. 3 points in the second half. Come on now. But Russ can't do it all. The defense has got to help. They got to help. And with the Cowboys, what we were saying was, how can a defense play well whenever you're continually getting 3 and outs? In Seattle, they're just not playing defense. They're not playing defense at all. Come on now. 2 of this, 2 of that. 2 of this, 2 of that. Are we sold on Tua just yet? I think watching Tua play, you can definitely see the potential in this guy. I mean, you could as you see him diagnose the reads going from left to right, right to left, going 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Just reading every read that he has, taking the checkdowns when he has it. There's a couple plays where it should have probably been picked, but the guy is taking the risk. His stats weren't insane. Like, he's not having like these incredible games, but the thing is that they're finishing drives when they're getting there close into the red zone. That's what's important. This Miami defense is pretty legit, if you ask me. They gave up 21 points, which is pretty good, especially against a team who was averaging about 25 points a game. Justin Herbert only 187 yards off of 32 attempts. To me, that's pretty great, if you ask me. If you're playing defense, if you're talking defense. The Miami defense is playing incredible, and their special teams is completely balling. The way they started off that game with blocking that punt, that is exactly how you want to start a game. Nice, quick, easy, get a score, and let's keep it moving, baby. And that's what the Dolphins are doing. I'm surprised Nate Reyes isn't blowing up how good this Miami team is. But don't overreact just yet. Let's see these guys actually play someone. Okay? Tua is 3-0. Okay, they beat the. It started off with the Rams, right? But if you remember that Rams game, Tua had maybe 100 yards. He threw, I think it was like 9 for 18 or something like that. Wasn't really a great game, but the defense and the special teams is what won them that game, right? After that, they haven't played. I mean, they beat the Cardinals, which what I said was we still don't know what the Cardinals are. I'm not saying that the Dolphins aren't good because they're definitely good. I don't want to say I'm sold on Tua. You can see that he knows what he's doing back there and his potential is incredible. This guy's going to be legit. This guy can sling it with that left hand. If anything, if we're going to compare anybody to Michael Vick, I think this guy's close to say that we can say that he is similar to Michael Vick. Maybe he doesn't have the same speed, and maybe I'm only saying that because he's left hand and it looks similar. But as far as slinging that rock, I mean, this guy throws dimes. If you guys remember Michael Vick, when he slung the rock, it was quick, baby. Dime. So I think Tua is going to be legit. I just don't know how long it's going to last once teams start to figure it out and then start to slow the game down. That's what I'm interested to see when the pace of the game starts to slow down, what Miami does. They let go of Jordan Howard. They should have. The guy hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything in a couple of years. Philadelphia knows about that. So they're moving forward because they know they got to establish a running game to start getting this team rolling. And I think that's really all that Miami is missing right now. But this team is going to be good. This team may make the playoffs. I'm looking at the rest of their schedule here. I mean, we're talking the Broncos, Jets. That's dub. Bengals, dub. This team can go 9-3 in the next 3 games. And then they got the Patriots, which is a toss-up because we really don't know what the Patriots are. They're kind of confusing. They're kind of like, hey, we're badass. Hey, we suck. 1 week next week. 1 week next week. Suck good. And then they got the Raiders and the Bills. Chiefs, Patriots, Raiders, Bills. They play the Chiefs. That's a reality check, right? You assume they lose. Patriots may get a dub. Raiders, maybe. Bills, still a toss-up. This team is going to make the playoffs. When you look at the schedule, they're probably going to make the playoffs. We haven't seen that in a while. And if they make the playoffs, coach of the year, son. Coach of the year. If this team makes the playoffs, that is coach of the year. Easy. All right, let's talk about Nick Foles. Hold on real quick. Before we move on. All right, Nick Foles, this goddamn thief, right? This guy is a goddamn thief. If you see the logo that I posted on the main screen for this rant, that's exactly what he is. This guy's a goddamn thief. He signed a 4-year deal with the Jags, $88 million, $50 million guaranteed. The guy lasted 1 year, but he still got paid. No performance whatsoever. There was never a point outside of the very beginning of the season, before games even started, did we ever think the Jags were going to be good? The only reason we thought that was because defensively, we thought Blake Bortles was the only problem. So they went out, go get Nick Foles. I haven't seen a thief like this since Sam Bradford. And these guys just continue to screw teams. And then you got like the old Philly fans are like, we should have kept Nick Foles. Man, shut the hell up. No, you shouldn't have. You did the right thing. Carson Wentz is not garbage. That's just a terrible team. Philadelphia just isn't a good team. They have a decent quarterback that is trying to do too much sometimes. Yeah. Lost my train of thought there, but Yeah, Philly fans, shut the hell up. Carson Wentz is pretty decent. He's not bad. Not bad at all. It's just a terrible team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just a terrible team that has a decent quarterback that is trying to do too much and is ultimately costing them the games. But Nick Foles just ain't doing anything at all. I mean, Chicago, 3 years, 24 mil, 21 guaranteed. Almost the entire contract's guaranteed. This guy's a goddamn hustler, bro. Hustling. Legally. Hustling. He's not doing shit. He's got 15 for 26, 106 yards. We're talking about comparing him to Mitchell Trubisky, who we know is the biggest bust since Russell. And we're saying Mitchell Trubisky should be starting over Nick Foles because Nick Foles is that bad. And that's, I feel so bad for Nick Foles because he did get hurt yesterday. Prayers to him. I hope for a speedy recovery. But that may actually be good news for the Chicago Bears. And this isn't similar to the Dallas Cowboys. When Dak got hurt, we knew the season's pretty much folded. And there's some people that are like, oh, we'll probably do better. Shut the hell up. No, we wouldn't have. Come on now. Don't be an idiot. Don't be that Cowboys fan, bro. Don't be that person. There's no way we do better without Dak Prescott. It's been proven. Now it's a fact. But Nick Foles is that bad. This team Chicago is so good. They run the ball pretty effective. Their defense is top 5 in the league, both pass and I think their pass defense is number 1. Their rush defense is I think 1 or 2. They're giving up less than 20 points a game. This defense is legit. That rushing offense is not too bad. They got some weapons. Allen Robinson is legit. The only problem is Nick Foles. And this is when people like my boy JB are grateful because I shit on Kirk Cousins, right? I do shit on Kirk Cousins. But the guy won't cost you a game all the time. Kirk Cousins will win you some games. As for Nick Foles, it's the time managing is so terrible. I mean, the guy he's just not good. He's not good in Chicago. It's okay. Things may get better because you have Mitchell Trubisky. And the only reason that I think he's going to do better than Nick Foles, I mean, we already saw him at the beginning of the season, didn't look great, but now there's a little bit of pressure because it's like, all right, just go do whatever you got to do because you're going to get released at the end of the year. So Trubisky at this point is playing for going forward. Right now is his tryout for other teams to show that he can still do something in this league. Use them goddamn legs. Mitchell Trubisky needs to average at least 50 yards rushing. This is the type of guy that needs to gain some rhythm in order to complete passes because this guy can't throw the ball. We've seen it. His accuracy is completely out the window. No bueno. Mitchell Trubisky gives them the best hope because I feel so bad for Chicago, man. This is so sad. So sad. They went from Jay Cutler to this shit. It's so depressing. And it's always been a quarterback problem. The defense has always been there. And it's always a quarterback problem. And this idiot GM went and made a move for Trubisky, passed up on Mahomes, Lamar, Deshaun, you name them. What a disappointment, man. Are the Steelers the king of the NFL still? They sure are. Why are you arguing it? They're undefeated. They've beat the teams you put in front of them. The only thing that I will knock on the Pittsburgh Steelers is I think right now, offensively, they get real stagnant. It's always at the beginning of the games. You can't start slow. You can't always start slow because you're going to meet a team that punches you in the mouth and continues to keep punching. And right now, that's the only thing that really needs to be fixed with Pittsburgh is starting off fast. Get in that up-tempo offense. Big Ben is one of the greats at it. Get in it right away. Get that momentum. Start spinning that wheel because just like Tokyo Drift, man, someone's going to come into your city or country and they're going to take you out. And that is going to be Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. You need to pick up the tempo. You are king. But you better watch out. This is Speaking Out Loud, baby. Appreciate you joining me. Don't forget, Amity Boutique. Get your order in. Appreciate y'all. Have a blessed day. What is it, baby?